Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. I'm going to be starting with a decluttering on my blushes, and I'm going to put a little disclaimer in the description box below about where the blushes I'm decluttering are going to go, what I'm going to do with them, and yeah, I'm just going to get started. I'm going to start with a couple that I know I'm going to get rid of. For example, this Morphe blush palette. It's the 9B, and it's beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with it by any means, but it's just not something I ever reach for. And a lot of these colors are just really loud. They're just not things I would wear. So I'm going to get rid of this one. And the ones I'm getting rid of, I'm going to put in this white box. And the ones I'm keeping, I will put in this gold box next to me. Next one I'm getting rid of is the e.l.f. What is this? Total Face Palette. This has other products in it besides blushes, and it's beautiful, but once again, not something I reach for. And yeah, what's supposed to be a highlighter and what's supposed to be a bronzer, these don't really complement my skin tone very well, so I'm going to give this to someone. Alright, next one. This one hurts a little bit to get rid of, but it is the Cheekathon blush palette from Benefit. It has 5 shades in here, and the reason I wanted it so bad was because I could buy 5 box blushes or box products that I wanted to try and not have to pay full price. This was before I decided to try and transition into cruelty-free, and I've tried these several times. There's just really nothing special about them. They don't really do anything exceptional on my skin, and I know there are people out there that would give this a lot more love than I do. Something about palettes, blush palettes, I just can't reach for them. I can't for the life of me think to go for them when I'm getting ready in the morning, so that's already 3 for 3, getting rid of some. Why don't I start with some that I know I'm keeping? For example, this one here in the middle, it's by Nars, and it's in the shade Taj Mahal, and it's this beautiful orange goldy shade. This is by far my favorite blush in my entire collection. It's beautiful. I know it looks really scary for someone with my fair skin tone, but if you use a fluffy brush, I use the one from Real Techniques. I actually use this one right here. You can build it up really easily. It has a gold sheen to it, and just something about this blush, it just makes my cheeks look fantastic. I just don't know how to explain it. Something about this blush just changes my entire look, and I love it, love it. So I'm definitely keeping that one. Another one I'm keeping, oops, this one's from Wet n Wild, and the packaging's falling apart. It's in the old packaging. They have it might be a new formula. This is in Pearlescent Pink, and I love this. I know it's falling apart, but it's a beautiful flush for me. I'm trying not to get the glare. And yeah, I'm keeping this. I know it's falling apart, but I do really love it, and I reach for it quite a bit. Another one I'm keeping is by Too Faced. This is their Love Flush blush. It's in Baby Love, and I've actually hit pan on it. This is one of the only blushes I own that I've hit pan on, and I hit pan on it quite quickly. I'm going to be doing a video coming up where I talk about different blushes and how long it takes to use them up or just hit pan on them depending on the formula, because I found that there are some that I'll use hundreds of times and never hit pan on, and this one I don't even remember, but I hit pan on in less than 50 uses. So I just want to talk about that in a video, so keep on the lookout for that. Another one I'm keeping, Lorac. This is their buildable blush. It's matte and it's in the shade Tinge. Beautiful everyday nudie pink. Really love it. It's what I'm wearing today, not that you can see me, not that that matters, but it's what I'm wearing today. Another one that I'm keeping, this is the, what's it called? Glow All The Way Blush by Hard Candy, as in the shade Living Doll. And this is a beautiful, beautiful blush. I know it looks like it has yellow veining in it, but it actually has a silvery sheen to it. It's beautiful. There's no glitter, but it really just makes you look like a porcelain doll. It's a beautiful shade. I really love it. Wonderful, affordable blush at the drugstore. They have other shades as well, but this is the only one that really intrigued me. And I think I first heard about it from, her name used to be A Love Tart Mary, but I think it's just Marie Kahl or Marie Kale now, and she's the one who talked about it in her blush tag, I think, and I immediately went and got it, and I know exactly what she means now. It's a fantastic color. It's beautiful. So keeping that. Some that I know I'm getting rid of. I have 2 purpley cool tone blushes here, and this just doesn't work for my skin tone. The formula is fine. There's nothing wrong with these. It's just the color, really, it just doesn't flatter me. I don't reach for these, so I'm going to get rid of both of these. This is the Wet n Wild Ombre Blush. It's in the shade in a purple haze, and it's like an ombre blush, and not keeping that one. I'm going to give that away. And then this one is Full of Joy by MAC, and I heard Jessica Braun talking about it here on YouTube, and I did try it. I got it at like an outlet store, so I didn't pay full price for it, but it just isn't flattering. I can't make it work for my skin tone. It looks like I have a bruise on my face, so I'm not going to keep that. This one here I'm keeping. It's actually a bronzer. It's by Urban Decay, and it's the lighter of the 2 shades I think they have available, and it's in Sunkissed, and this doesn't work for me as a bronzer at all. It might not be picking up on camera, but it's very reddish on my skin. It just doesn't look good at all, so I prefer to use this as a blush, like a bronzy blush. This is kind of like what I wanted Dallas from this Cheekathon palette to look like, where it's like that, it's still tan but has like a reddish, kind of like almost like sunburnt, slightly sunburnt look. It's beautiful in the summer. It's beautiful when I have a fake tan on, and I'm going to keep it. And I know it's a bronzer, but I keep it in my blush collection. What I'm getting rid of, it's the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blush. It's in the shade, does it say? 10 Rosy. And I heard about this from, I think, Laura Lee on YouTube, and it's a really beautiful, like peachy, kind of a little bit of a sheen, but nothing like sparkly or crazy. And I just don't like the way this looks on my skin. I would definitely go for like a plummy or more like natural rosy blush over a peachy one, with the exception of Nars Taj Mahal, of course, which is like super orange. This really just doesn't do much for me, so I'm going to give it away to someone who will. Now, this one is another one of my favorites, and it is the Illamasqua blush in Katie. And the packaging is just like disgusting because I use this all the time. This is definitely a blush. If you can see that dip, it is a blush that I have used over 100 times easily. It's beautiful. It definitely darkens up when you actually put it on your skin. I don't know if you can see. Probably can't. Let me try to do something a little more. It's just one of those blushes that when you actually put it on your skin, it deepens up, and it's a beautiful, like, doll-like, it's as cool toned of a pinky purple as I want to go comfortably on my skin tone. So I'm going to keep this one. Love it, love it. And I definitely plan on getting some more blushes from that formula, from that line, because I love it. I love Katie, and I want to try a couple other ones. I hear Liv Loves Her Makeup here on YouTube raving about the Illamasqua blushes, and I think they're highlighted as well. So good stuff, keeping that. Let's see what else we got. I have 2 Urban Decay blushes. This one is in Fetish, and it's like I don't know, I guess you would say that's like a little bit more of a mauve-y type of shade, and I have trouble with that shade. One I do really love is Bittersweet. I obviously don't wear it on its own, and I don't wear it in a really heavy manner. I definitely use a light hand with this, and I love it. I love especially mixing it with like maybe a bit more of a pinky blush, and it's just beautiful. It's like plummy, especially when I'm wearing a purple lipstick or a purple eye look. I really like this. I know it looks scary, but it's really not as scary when it's on your skin. So I'm keeping Bittersweet. I don't know about Fetish. I just don't know. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put that to the side. That's really one that I just don't know. I have a bunch of them from the Balm. Tons of the Balm blushes here. I got them off of Haute Look a while ago, and I love all of them. I love the formula. Like, the Balm blushes are one of my favorite formulas by far. I have both their In Stain blushes and their like regular square blushes. I don't know if these have a specific name. They all just have the word boy at the end. So I have Cabana Boy, I have Frat Boy, and I have Down Boy. And the In Stain blushes, I don't think I'll keep. They're really bright. They're not ones that I go for. The formula is beautiful. They definitely do kind of stain your cheeks to the point where they're actually very long lasting, and they're beautiful shades, but they're just not ones that I reach for. I might keep one, but for now I'm going to give away both. Yeah. As for Cabana Boy, this is the deepest one. Let me see if I can just open all of them. This is Frat Boy, and this is Down Boy. Alright, let's see how I can do this. Okay. So these are all slightly different, but very beautiful. I'm definitely keeping Frat Boy and Down Boy. Cabana Boy, I'm still gonna keep. I love these. I love like having all 3. I know that's silly, but I really do love this formula, and I like these blushes a lot, and I love the packaging, so I'm keeping those. Another one I'm definitely keeping is by Hourglass, and oh, look at this packaging. It's beautiful. And it's in the shade Incandescent Electra, and I heard Wayne Goss talking about this a while ago, and just look how beautiful that is. Oh my god, I love this. I'm definitely keeping. It's beautiful. 2 I'm getting rid of. These are both by e.l.f. They're baked blushes. This one's in Peachy Cheeky, and this is Passion Pink, right? Yeah. I'm going to get rid of both of these. I don't really love the formula. They're really hard and just hard to work with, and I don't really love the color on my cheeks anyway, so I'm going to give these away. This is a separate box blush by Benefit. It's Dandelion. I have trouble having this show up on my cheeks enough. I love a flushed cheek. I love a very rosy cheek, and this just doesn't do it for me, so I'm going to give this one away as well. Let's see. As beautiful as the packaging for this Milani blush is, it's beautiful. It's in Tea Rose. As much as I love the packaging, I don't reach for this. I just don't really like, I don't know, it seems very dry, in a, like, powdery, but in a really dry way. So I'm gonna think about it, but I don't know. I have a Charlotte Tilbury Cheek-Chic Swish and Pop blusher, and this is in Love is the Drug. This is the infamous nipple blush. All of the blushes look like nipples. I don't have any problem with that. I love the formula. I love Charlotte Tilbury's brand in general, and I just really like this blush a lot, so I'm going to keep it. Oh, this is by Wet n Wild. This is another ombre blush. This is in the Princess Daiquiris, and this also has kind of like an ombre look. This really doesn't show up on me. I have similar problems with the Dandelion blush from Benefit, where I just can't build it up enough on my cheeks you know? I just don't think I'm gonna hold on to this one either. This one by NYX, it's also their ombre blush, and it's in the shade Mauve Me. And I don't know, I wanted this for so long, and then when I got it and tried it, it just came off too much like a bruise on my skin. I might try another one from this formula, maybe the more orangey one, but I just don't really love this color on me, and yeah, I'm gonna pass. Oops. This one from Marc Jacobs, it's their Air Blush in Lush and Libido, and it's beautiful, and I really love this one as well. I'm going to keep it. This one by MAC, it's called Rosy Outlook. I just have a ton of blushes like this, or ones that I would choose over this, so I don't think I'm going to keep it. Nothing wrong with the formula, but I'm not going to keep it. This is a little mini blush that I got when I made VIB Rouge through Sephora last year. Definitely not something that I'm super proud of, but it's a plummy type of rosy blush, and I really like this a lot. If you look at photos of me when I'm not wearing makeup and I have a flush, or especially when I was a little girl and I was running around and you can see like the flush in my cheeks, it was always more purpley. It was always more rosy instead of like reddish or pinkish. It always came up purpley. So I think this is like what my natural flush looks like, and I really like this one a lot. So I'm gonna keep it. And it's so cute. It's so tiny. Another one here, this is by Milani. It's the Baked Blush in Luminoso. I think I have the new formula. I used to have the old formula, and I could tell a difference between the two. I got rid of that one because it was old and bought a new one, and this is definitely a little bit different. I like this. I don't reach for it a ton. I'm going to keep it in my collection. If the next time I go through and declutter my blushes, it doesn't do much for me and I don't like it, or I don't reach for it, then I will get rid of it then. But for now, I'm going to keep it. This is also by the Balm. It's their Cindy Luminizer. It's supposed to be a highlighter, but it's not shimmery by any means, and it's just pink enough to be kind of like a blush for me. This doesn't do anything on my skin. It's not shimmery enough to be a blush topper. It's too light to be a blush. I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, so I'm definitely keeping this. This is by Tarte. It's their ever famous cult classic shade in Exposed. I love this. It reminds me a lot of Baby Love from Too Faced. I feel like those shades are very similar, and I love it a lot. I'm going to keep it. Very good, like neutral blush. These two are from Makeup Revolution, and they're both matte blushes. This one is in Nude, and this one is in Beloved. This one's definitely more of like a nude shade, and this one's definitely more of like a pop of peach. I don't know. I think I'm going to get rid of Nude for sure. And I'm going to set aside. I have this little like maybe pile right here that I need to work on. This is my last blush here. It's by Clinique. It's the Melon Pop blush. Beautiful formula. I am in the process of trying to go cruelty-free, so I don't think I will keep this in my collection for too long. Also, I don't know if it's the brush I'm using or what, but it takes forever for this to build up on my cheeks, which is very odd. I don't hear that very often about these blushes. I always hear good things, so maybe I got a dud, I'm not sure, but I just don't think I'm going to hold on to this. I have a lot of other peachy blushes, for example, this one right here, so maybe I'll keep this one and get rid of the Clinique one. Okay, so the Milani one, Luminoso, I'm going to keep. Fetish, I'm also going to keep. I'm going to keep this one too. And honestly, the Milani one is so beautiful. I think I'm just going to keep this, and maybe those will be something I say goodbye to in my next round. But I don't know. I think overall I did good. I wouldn't say I got rid of half, but I did get rid of quite a few. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got rid of 17 blushes, and 3 of those were palettes with multiple products in them. So I think that's a really great start. Of course, I will make sure that these all find a living home. But for now, that's everything. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure you subscribe. I have lots of declutters and other really exciting video ideas coming up. So please stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.